Alright, if anyone can hear me, I'm live again.
Please welcome your hosts, Laura Veale and Matt Mercer.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Future Game Show Summer Showcase. My name is Laura Veale, though you probably know me best as Abby Anderson in The Last of Us Part 2, or as one of the cast members from Critical Role.
Indeed. And I'm Matt Mercer, the man behind many video game chaos merchants, such as Like a Dragon's Mad Dog Majima and Ganondorf from Tears of the Kingdom. But if it's a Thursday night, I also moonlight as Critical Role's debonair dungeon master, where Laura tries her best to test the very limits of my abilities and sanity.
And you love it. But we're here today joining forces for a very different reason. Exclusive video game trailers, and lots of them.
Indeed, and like a whole bunch of world premieres, deep dives, and developer presentations. It's frankly an irresponsible amount of video game news that will be beamed directly into your brains for the next 90 minutes, so buckle up.
Don't make it sound so scary. This is gonna be fun. Just keep in mind that if you want to wishlist any of the cool games in today's show, then you can head to the dedicated Future Game Show's Steam page.
Indeed, and once the show's over, there'll be plenty of follow-up coverage on GamesRadar.com and the Future Game Show YouTube channel.
Well, I think that's all of the housekeeping out of the way. So let's kick things off with our very first world premiere.
Zafar, pull up NavTech.
Just a sec. Got it.
Taki. We gonna find out about your Kopang right quick, okay?
Just want to do him justice. Stuck his neck out for us. Least we can do is get him out alive.
We've got big enough guns to make justice, all right?
Oh, Michael. To a man with a hammer, just about everything looks like a nail.
Aim for show. Time to say oh yeah with our hammer.
Missile range in 1 minute.
Brace yourselves. We're going for a spin.
Zafar, did you get a signal?
After the large haul down this corridor, they shut down this part of the facility. Long time before our arrival.
Fine. Let's deal with those guys first.
In you load they never look up. Zafar, you were right. They shut down this.
Wait! Hold on, I'm coming! I'll cover you.
The bird up high shall be thine eyes.
What the hell happened here?
Hey, buddy.
Can I just stop breathing?
This on the fly is so annoying. Okay, I think the chat should be there now working. Like, okay. I'm just spammed the Discord real
What
quick.
a way to start the show! The
And
Expanse
anybody in
Osiris
there right
Reborn
now?
is an action RPG crafted in Unreal Engine 5, where you can immerse yourself in the universe of the beloved TV series. Make sure it's on your wish lists.
Sounds pretty awesome. And we're treating you to another world premiere right now and swapping sci-fi for fantasy in the process. So let's take a look.
I used to swear by my father's oath. To protect the wards is to protect our people. And if it claims our lives, what's one life lost for the sake of the many?
And now, what do you swear by today?
The only one that matters is my brother. And I will kill the people who took him from me.
Pestilence must be.
I'm wondering if anyone can hear me pretty okay.
Your father was right about one thing. The wards are breaking. And should we fail, it may spell another end.
Right, Echoes of the End. A lot of these games are going to be bigger, and
We're thrilled to
mostly
reveal
going for indie
Echoes
games,
of the
but-
End, a narrative-driven fantasy adventure coming later this year.
looks
But the
really
fun
good.
doesn't stop there. Here's another world premiere.
It's important to note that this is your very first look at the game, but from what I can tell, there's evil residing in these woods.
Pre-alpha gameplay. So far, it's been some pretty action-packed and kind of depressing games. Go from cozy Latin American game showcase, a lot of fun and pixel jam-packed, cute stuff.
An isolated cabin in the woods. What could possibly go wrong? That was your first look at Whispers in the Fog.
It's a psychological horror game from a supremely talented solo developer. Be sure to give it a wish list if you like what you see.
And next up, we've got a trailer for an open-world action RPG based on the beloved anime, The Seven Deadly Sins. Let's check it out.
They showed this trailer yesterday, I think. Yeah, we saw this at the main showcase. I'm actually going to let my hair down because it's not too bad right now. My hair's been up for a while. Let's let this curly beauties be seen. I mean, the game looks fantastic, but we saw this yesterday. during the main Summer Games Fest showcase. If anybody's in there right now watching, please just let me know if you notice any like issues with audio or anything like that.
The 7 Deadly Sins Origin is coming soon to PC and PS5, but you can pre-register now at 7origin.netmarble.com.
Okay, it's time to learn about what's coming in Season 7 of free-to-play Destructo shooter, The Finals. Let's take a look.
I'll be right back. Just gonna grab a drink.
Welcome to the future of the finals!
The pressure's peaking. Every second counts, and these plays are next level.
This is what the finals is all about. Split-second decisions.
The finals looks amazing. Plays pretty well, looks really well, but like, I didn't really enjoy it though. I wish I did, honestly. Ooh, lemon.
Season 7 of the finals launches on June 12th. And whether you're a
Hey,
seasoned
Mel,
veteran or
welcome,
a new
dude.
contestant entering the
Good to see you
arena,
here.
if you're tuning in on the FGS Twitch channel, you can earn a Twitch drop of this Kablamo grenade skin.
Yes, anybody who watches this very show for 15 consecutive minutes on the FGS Twitch channel will earn the skin. So, if you've been with us from the very start, or you're just joining us, wherever you've been, then just stick around.
And not that you need any more reasons, but it's time to move on and talk about Herdling, a shepherd simulator with a whole lot of soul.
There we go.
Let's
This
find
is
out
one I've been
when
waiting
you
for.
can get your hands on it.
Oh, they're gonna give us a release date. Nice. Hey, Mel, how's it sounding? Should audio be up higher? Should my mic be lower? Anything sound off? Please let me know in the chat. I'd appreciate it. I think last year they showed us a tease of the game. I'm hoping it's soon. Perfect. Thanks, man. I appreciate you. What time is it by you over there? It's gotta be, what, 4, 6 in the morning? What is it? Herdling's on my top list, one of my games. Coming summer, okay. And the demo's out now. Fantastic. Okay, I'm definitely playing
launches
Herdling.
later this year, but you can try guiding those adorable calicorns right now by downloading the demo, which is out now on Steam. What's next, Laura?
Sleep Awake,
Ooh, I'm
which is anything
so
but
hyped for
cute.
that demo.
It's a first-person psychedelic thriller that explores the realm between
6:15.
slumber
Okay,
and
that's
death.
good.
This game
Not
is
too
helmed
bad.
by Corey Davis of Spec Ops, The Line, and Robin Fink of 9 Inch Nails.
Oh, let's take a closer look then.
I cannot sleep. I cannot sleep. I must not
This looks
sleep.
very trippy. Is this the first Eyes Out game that they're showing? And is it Blumhouse or Blumhouse? I still have no idea.
This way.
Looks trippy. Looks cool.
You are not ignoring me now, dear, are you? This is all perfectly natural.
I am awake!
Resisting the inevitable comes at a cost.
Give me your idea.
Oh man, it's so annoying. I'm wondering why it takes so long to see the
Sleep
like the
Awake
chat
is coming
and like,
soon,
what's the
so
delay
drop
on
it
it?
on your wish
Is that
list.
something you can
We've
fix?
got a developer presentation for Eric Solm, The Stolen Dream, up next. It's a cinematic isometric stealth game set in the year 1900.
Oh, isn't that the year you were born?
I am a few months younger than you, Laura.
I don't think so. No.
I must find her
He's a life god.
before he does.
There's a lot of games that I'm noticing I'm not really too
Eric
interested.
Solm is a game set in kind of a fantasy version of the early 1900s, and it has a Scandinavian theme style to it. I would describe it as a stealth puzzle game with a very strong emphasis on story, where you play up to 3 playable characters that you switch between, and they have their own special abilities that you need to use together to
I'll be honest with
solve
you,
situations and puzzles
I don't know how
in a kind of interlaced
how to even do
way
that.
where everyone's
I need to start
involved.
streaming more.
Setting of a
I have some
Scandinavian
notes
nature,
and
which
stuff I need to
not
look into
only,
after I'm
resonates
done
with
to.
me, but with the rest of the world, because
I
it's
should have
so
streamed a
unique.
lot
It's
this
always
week to kind
nice
of
to
figure
see
it all out,
something
but
new that people can relate to.
So I've
I'm
worked
wondering,
a
is
lot
that something
with,
I can
lighting
change
and
right
3D
now?
rendering, cinematic lighting, stuff like that. So Anders showed me a rendering of one of the movies. It just floored me. I thought it was so beautiful. Then he said, okay, so Tio, what I want from you is I want you to make this look even better.
We play tested the game a lot, and
Stream
what people
latency.
usually
Okay, I guess I
say
can't do it
is
while
that
you're streaming.
it feels like I'm playing a movie, but in a great way.
Excuse me, it's on
River
on
Games
normal
was
latency, so yeah, that's got to be it.
on the idea that if you have the right mix of people, then perhaps a
But good
really
call.
small
Taking
team
notes.
can still make something that's actually pretty cool.
How is this made by 16 people? Like, why is this quality so high?
A little now and then I sit down in the couch and I just enjoy a fresh build. The story just gets to perform. You're just drawn right in. It's a magical feeling.
I'm really excited for players to just discover this world. Eric Solm is coming to
This looks
Xbox,
pretty good.
PlayStation, Steam, and Epic Game Store. And we have an exclusive trailer that we're about to show you that will reveal the release date. I hope you enjoy.
The graphics of this game look pretty amazing. Seems pretty realistic, hyper realistic. Right, like I know that they're not high in detail when you're looking at them, but because you're so far away, but these close-up shots look pretty amazing. So a lot of the stream that we did earlier, man, was the Wholesome Direct, and then I did the Latin American Game Showcase as well. I played a demo for Gecko Gods, which was, I love that demo, it was really great. But yeah, a lot of smaller games, nothing like big like the ones we're seeing here.
At River End Games for that window into the world.
But I'm kind of just waiting for a lot of the more of the indie
Xbox
games.
and PS5 on July 15th.
So go wishlist it on Steam or the Epic Games Store. All right, now we've got a new trailer for a cel-shaded shooter with gameplay inspired by the Stalker series. Here's the latest trailer for the Explorator.
Yeah, maybe Future Game Show isn't the best setting for me. I'm not really interested in a lot of this stuff. This does look really good though. Oh, wait a second. I saw this trailer last year. This was also at Future Game Show. And they had a Kickstarter and it failed. I saw this. It's gonna become all goofy now. It goes from like serious, gorgeous looking to like super goofy. Yeah. Yeah, the trailer last time was it wasn't the best. They learned their lesson because it's a really like fun game. But I remember that they launched their Kickstarter last time they showed the trailer.
The Explorator is launching into early access today, so go check it out on Steam and support the developers on the road to launch.
Constance is up next, a Metroidvania where you wield the power of a paintbrush to escape a decaying inner world.
Move into my interests.
Is this game out yet? I saw a good behind-the-scenes video that they did on TikTok for like the height difference for people. Yeah, you saw that person was standing on a pile of books, and they were talking about how the character animation is she's looking like sort of this way. It's like sort of up. So if the character was just not on those books, she'd be looking above them. So they fixed that by adding things underneath some of the characters, like books. There was one that was like a pile of trash, so it's just kind of looking up at them. Instead of having to reanimate a bunch of stuff, they just kind of added some features. Smart development tips, I guess. Okay, November for Constance.
Constance is coming to PC on November 24th, but there's a demo available on Steam if you want to go give it a go after the show.
Those of you who have tuned in before will know that during the Every Future Game Show, we create a trio of deep dives into some of the most exciting upcoming games. Our ones to watch, you could say.
First game we're tackling for the summer showcase is Titan Quest II. Now, fans have been waiting since 2006 for a sequel to Iron Lore's cult classic action RPG, and the good news is, it's right around the corner.
So let's dig into the details with the help of Grimlore Games.
Tell us the whole story. Tell us about hope.
Titan Quest II is kind of your Diablo-esque action RPG, but it's set in ancient Greek mythology. You really can immerse yourself in what you associate Greece with. You'll be fighting these mythological monsters, some of which we came up with ourselves, some of which are from Titan Quest I. Greek mythology also has become very much part of pop culture in the last 2 decades. Some other games have had great success with this, and we thought that we have this great IP on our hands, why not use it? In Titan Quest 2, you'll be playing
they're
as
both
rather
big voice
unknown
actors in the
hero
gaming
character.
community.
You're not really a hero yet. You're honestly just training to
I
be a
keep forgetting
capable
what their names
fighter.
are, though.
You have a master called Aristano. She's from Sparta and
see
used
if
to
I can
be
find
a
it.
priestess of Nemesis, as you'll find out later. You will build up your own worth over time as you prove yourself in front of the gods. Gameplay-wise, Titan Quest II is very much a classic ARPG, but we've got our own twists in there with like the mastery system, for example, where you merge 2 masteries into one.
Laura
instead of
Bailey
just
and
being
Matthew
given
Matthew
classes.
Mercer.
So
I always
you have
forget
to
his
find
name.
These little entanglements that
Ma-
you can
Matthew
have
Mercer's been in
between
a ton of
masteries,
stuff.
these synergies, and make the
I
best
think
use of them possible.
I think Matthew Mercer is even playing a character in Final Fantasy right now, like in the remake.
From there, you can take your character in
And she's
multiple
also been in a
directions.
ton of stuff. I just don't
Mixed
know.
classes is something
I'm
we
not
support
familiar
quite
with
a
voice
lot,
actors
actually.
that much.
But the core fantasy stuff, just a tanky warrior, of course.
see
you're
what
gonna have
Laura
that.
Bailey's
you can take
been
your
in.
character in many directions, and choice is at the core of our game. Your abilities will be modifiable. So each of them has like these several modifier choices that you can equip.
Yeah, she's
into
been in
your
a ton of
skill.
stuff too.
This is our little innovation in this space.
She was in the Secret Level TV show, American Dad, Family Guy and stuff.
We are not going to be doing
Dragon
any
Ball,
microtransactions in this game
Fruit
because
Basket,
we
Marvel Future
don't
Avengers.
believe in
Yeah,
that
tons of
form
stuff.
of monetization.
She was in
in
Full
general.
Metal Alchemist
We will be
Brotherhood,
doing
Bleach.
traditional
Yeah,
DLCs,
they're pretty
however.
seasoned
So after
voice
the 1.0
actors.
launch, we'll be putting out larger DLC packs, which will include additional chapters, so more content in general, bosses, creatures, areas, and masteries, of course. So Titan Quest 2 will be coming to Steam Early Access very soon. You can wishlist it now already. And we're looking for a summer timeline for this. And then later, the other platforms.
I wonder if OBS has some kind of thing I can add to remove like the background. I just don't want to have like that weird cutout thing or whatever.
Titan Quest 2
I
is
mean, not
coming
green
soon,
screen,
and
but
you
you
can
know.
wish list it on Steam or the Epic Games store. Wait, legendary actor Yui Lowenthal?
The Spider-Man to my MJ? What are you doing here?
Hey guys.
Hey man.
I was just, wandering the sound stages, taking in the sights and smells, and then I heard you guys making noise about video games out here, and I.
This guy is
joined in.
wearing
Okay.
a lot of
well,
makeup.
I mean, since you're already here, why don't you take the next trailer? Well, right?
I mean, if that's okay with you guys, I don't
No,
wanna...
no,
It
it's
looks like a
great.
Simpsons
Work your
character.
magic. We'll just be over here.
All right.
Got you.
Well, get ready, folks, because it's time for another world premiere. This one's a follow-up to a beloved puzzle adventure that launched back in 2020.
It's very cringy. Let's see this world premiere.
I have seen things that
Puzzle game. Mel, this is right up your alley.
I've tried to escape my past. I've had enough of death and madness. But the world is changing. Some now search for answers in the far reaches of the world. For shocking secrets.
Once again, I mean, the
and
game just...
dizzying marvels.
This games just look amazing.
For their lives.
Whoa, what is this?
Upon this world of man, a mocking and incredible shadow out of time.
Call of the Elder Gods. I don't know anything about this.
Call of the Elder Gods, starring yours truly, is a Lovecraftian narrative puzzle adventure coming soon to PC and consoles. So get it on your wish lists ASAP.
So you weren't just wandering the lot then?
I mean, I was, but then, it's called marketing, Matt.
Yeah, Matt. Classic marketing.
Classic.
Anyway.
All right, catch you later.
Bye,
I gotta
Yuri.
wander.
Hell yeah, thanks for coming, man. Bye. See you, bye. Okay, so while I go make sure there's no other voice actors hiding on set, we'll throw it out to some back-to-back trailers.
I'll stay here.
Read bio course. How hard could it be? Hard.
We got company.
It's kind of true. I mean, when you think about it, like, if you need to solve something to kind of move forward in a game, most of the time it's some sort of puzzle. I'm guessing, like, you have to hit a certain threshold of the amount of puzzles in a game
Welcome
to be like
Veale
a
of the
puzzle
Witch,
game.
a turn-based tactical RPG with a roguelite twist. You
I
play
mean, it's
as
the same,
Ash,
like,
a shipwrecked
roguelites
castaway
and
with no
roguelites.
memories and a big ass.
It's like
Let's see if I remember how to
action,
use it.
adventure, roguelite. Puzzle,
5 years
roguelite.
after a bloody civil
Metroidvania,
war,
roguelite.
you wake up trapped on a mysterious island filled with monsters, cultists, and a whole lot of zombies.
Suffice to say, this whole island is a madhouse.
Combat in Veale of the Witch is built for hardcore tactics fans, with an emphasis on speed and brutality. That means a small party, tight battle maps, and enemies that can drop you in just a few hits. To stand a chance, you'll have to master each ally's unique kit, whether that's frontliner Marco,
Alan, drop
glass
that in the
cannon
chat.
caster Laurent,
Let's save that for private
or
messages.
backstabbing cutthroat Emile. All your abilities work on a cooldown.
I had to drop the hair. I
so
had
you'll
my
have
hair
to
up
think
before,
smart
but
and
I
learn
had to drop it
juggle.
down again.
You can also level up and unlock new skills right in the middle of battle. Surrounding this rock-solid core is a branching roguelike structure focused on skill in the face of unpredictable challenges. Face off against cool bosses.
Burn!
Some of these trailers are...
Get your shit wrecked. Then head back to town.
Thank you, I appreciate you.
Upgrades, chat
Hoagie,
with
please.
allies, craft
Thanks for
equipment,
joining the chat.
and more. And if you're real nasty, take on trials mode for bigger challenges and better rewards.
Your first ones were free.
Fight, die, rise again, stronger, then come back and conquer.
I gotta let one out
Lost
like the
Eidolons,
dude from the
Veale
basement
of the
yard.
Witch. Early access available now on Steam and coming
Also,
soon
Male,
to
who's
Xbox,
also in the chat,
PS5,
he
and Nintendo
streams
Switch.
puzzle games. His YouTube channel is fantastic. He streams them, posts a lot of demos, playthroughs, interviews and stuff. So you should subscribe to him. He's really good. But he also let me know that I didn't have a setting on for ultra low latency for the chat, so it's like 20 seconds in between you talking and me seeing it. This looks cute. This song is a jam right now. So, like, party game Splatoon? What is it? I got a early, like, preview for this. Excuse me. Early preview for it, like, a while ago. But no one was online, so I couldn't play with anybody. I tried it, like, maybe 3 or 4 times. I couldn't get anybody. Nobody was online to play it, so I think that they were just putting it out for people, and you have to catch someone at the same time. But... Firefighter simulator. Are these supposed to be like voice chat people?
Cat, you're good? Found one of the victims.
Please, get me out of here.
We can't let the fire escalate like that.
Are they really supposed? Are we really supposed to think that the people who play the game, like the characters, sound like that, or is this supposed to be the voice chat of people playing? We have to get in there and get him.
Firefighting simulator. Ignite. United against fire. Coming fall 2025. Wishlist now on PC and consoles.
Also, that voice was amazing too. Wishlist
Are we all
now
clear?
on PC
no
and
Nolan
consoles.
North or Ashley Johnson's waiting in the wings?
No, I think we're good. Okay. Now remember, folks, you can find all those games as well as every game we feature today on the Future Game Show Steam page.
Yes, and you'll want to prime your wish lists in advance for this next reveal. It's a game where you play as a bureaucratic inspector in a fantasy world.
What's like you make sure the evil layer is up to code before the party heads inside?
Yes, that's literally the whole deal.
Okay, I legitimately need this game.
I know.
Heroes. The world is full of them. Sons and daughters of farmers with too much bravery and not enough wisdom, so some say. But what is a hero without a princess to save? Without dragons to slay? Nothing. That's where you come in. As an agent at the Bureau of Fantastical and Arcane Affairs, you will ensure everything is as it should be for the hero's arrival.
Inside this cave, you'll find a
This is such a fucking smart premise for a game. I feel like when Moonlighter came out, it kind of opened the door for all types of different takes on adventure games.
Putting the soul of a demon inside of a skeleton is a touch more tricky than you might imagine.
We, the members of the United Builders Union of Enchanted Settlements, hereby announce a strike, effective immediately.
It's the inspector, here with their cushy job and their clipboard that decides if we have to do more work.
A dragon attack? That is not in the budget.
But what is a story without a good hero at its helm? With one unsanctimonious swing, you lop his head off. It hardly felt good, but incompetent evil is still evil. We are happy to welcome you, our newest agent to the cause. Wish list Bureau of Fantastical and Arcane Affairs today.
It's a good name.
Oh, that's one for the critters. The Bureau of Fantastical and Arcane Affairs is coming later this year.
And now for something completely different. This one's for the fans of shooters, anime, and Y2K aesthetics.
That's me.
Y2K aesthetics.
弾が尽きるまでが愛よ。
That was like a shot for a lo-fi girl.
もしもし、うん。はい。
はい。The jiggle physics, let's go. Movement, shooter, and base builder. Assuming don't wait, this girl just casually moved out of the way. Classic. Really? I feel like all that needs to happen is Call of Duty just needs to add these skins, and then it's just basically the same thing. This looks pretty sick though. The base building part of it is the part that's kind of throwing me off. But the first person shooter aspect looks pretty fun. Waifu tactical force, what the fuck? Nice. Life sim?
Waifu Tactical Force is a 3v3 anime shooter coming soon to PC, but you can jump into the open playtest on Steam after the show.
Now we've got a trailer for an action platformer inspired by the ancient art of paper folding. Let's take a look at Hirogami.
I wonder, like, are the publishers, like, they're paying for these spots, right? Like, you have to pay to be in these shows, I'm guessing. Because I've seen Hirogami now in almost every single showcase I've watched. And I thought it was an indie game, but then I saw it was Konami or some bigger studio is publishing it. I don't know if they're publishing it, actually. I think they're developing it. The game just looks amazing, though. Just like origami style, it looks so cool. And it also looks like the main character is moving at a lower frame per second than the rest of the game. Yeah. I just realized I was stuck like this for a while. It's late. It's almost 11 o'clock. Wait, the demo came out already? Did this just happen?
Hirogami is coming to PC and PS5 on September 3rd. Fold it into your wish lists on Steam and the Epic Games Store. And check out the free demo, which is available on Steam.
Okay, time for an update on Eve Frontier. This is CCP Games' Spacebound Survival MMO.
These Eve games, unfortunately.
Eve Frontier is an invitation
for everyone that have had the idea in their brain to make a game. And often the best way to make a game is to start and modify an existing game. We have now created an MMO server-side modding platform, and we offer an invitation to you to come and build with us. You can build tools, you can build worlds, you can do so many things. And this is a great way to start your game development adventure by sort of playing around
can't tell if he's
in the
Icelandic
amazing
or Swedish.
survival space horror sandbox we have created.
He kind of sounds like Will Ferrell.
When we
did
made
in
Team Online, we very much wanted to
Eurovision
make a
movie.
sandbox experience where most of the things and the infrastructure in the game would actually be built by players. But we did build quite a bit of it ourselves. Seeing what emerged from EVE, especially when it comes to the third-party development ecosystem, we could actually give a lot more agency to players to literally build the world. So as we go through this process of stripping down to a survival game, we are on the other hand building up an amazing modding platform. Basically what eFrontier enables third-party developers is to mod the actual server, creating additional software that both read and writes the world state. And that, I think, will enable something truly astounding that has never been seen before. But this is very much inspired by the third-party ecosystem that is developed around EVE Online. We are basically supercharging that with the smart assemblies and the modding platform we're built into Frontier. And what we have seen so far in our various hackathons and events, and what we've just seen in the sort of builder community overall, absolutely delivers on that vision in spades.
Okay.
Founder access for eFrontier is available now, and you can head to efrontier.com to jump in and find out more. What's up next, Laura?
We have a brand new trailer for Formula Legends, an arcade racing game that covers the history of motorsport.
This isn't as fun as the other ones were. Okay. Like the characters in the pits looked like they were voxel. I guess it depends on, like, I mean, usually like team size and publisher and studio. Because, like, for instance, like, even with Kojima being as big as he is, no, I can't even say Kojima's indie because, I mean, he has, like, full actors in his games, but, like, then again, I don't know, it seems like a very small studio. It's just Sony bankrolling them to make sure that they make exclusive games for him. It's so smart for him to go exclusive with them, but, like, I can picture the first Death Stranding was, like, an indie game. As much as, I don't know, Hirogami was, or, you know, any other Animal Well, or whatever the hell it is.
Formula Legends is racing towards release on PC and consoles, but you can play the demo now on Steam.
I think the easy answer, though, is like an Animal Well, or a solo published,
with our ones to play
solo
section,
developed
which is a
game.
future game show staple.
Which
It's a
is a lot
montage
of,
of exciting
games
games that you can play on Steam right after the show.
So,
like Repo is
like what
4
you're looking
people
at,
in
don't
Sweden,
hesitate to download a
indie
demo.
game studio, 100%. But it's the most
First up
successful
is
and
Catastrophe. This is an action
like biggest
roguelike
game
where you
on
play as
Steam
a
right now.
kitty abducted by aliens and repel enemies.
So I
with
mean,
your
their
trusty
cash
sidekick,
flow is like
the
higher
star
than
cursor. Players can
Monster
mod
Hunter
Volo's abilities
Wilds.
to settle on a unique
But it's an
playstyle
indie
and
studio,
pick
you know.
their
Like,
route through a series
I
of
think the amount of
interstellar
money they end up
environments.
making, I don't know if that makes them cross a
Next up,
threshold.
we've
Then I
got
don't know.
Phase Zero, a survival horror throwback with fixed cameras and immersive pre-rendered
Phase Zero looks
environments.
pretty cool.
A menacing illness has
This is
descended on the
100%
town.
a Resident Evil like.
Can you solve
Those
puzzles
fixed camera
and
angles.
tango with monsters to make it out alive?
I like how the environment looks a lot nicer than the character
It's a
models. do.
gladiatorial roguelike with a city builder twist. You recruit, train,
This is in
and
my.
manage
I have like maybe
warriors
5 or
in
6
strategic
emails about this
turn-based
game.
battles,
They're
and
pushing this
develop
pretty
a
heavy.
coastal city in the interim. Carve your name into the annals of history and spill buckets of blood.
It's self-published.
Last but not least, we've got How to Escape Lost Submarine. With one player on PC or console and the other using a mobile companion app, you'll communicate and collaborate to complete puzzles and stop the outbreak of war. No pressure. That was our Ones to Play montage. Be sure to follow up on anything that caught your eye.
But let's keep on sailing with another exclusive trailer for a naval combat simulator set in the late 18th century.
Every voyage begins with a plan.
Like I don't think it's been
A
many
vision
in the
etched on parchment.
games tonight. A future game.
Foretelling glory or downfall. It is in our nature to conquer.
Ooh, that guy looks like Donald Trump.
Fear, death and dishonor, fame and fortune. The life of a sea captain is one of duty and relentless pursuit. True riches are not in gold and jewels, but in the stories we bring back and the legend we become. We arrive, but never at our final destination. So we chart our next course. We sail.
This one is. I'm losing so much interest.
Endure. For the voyage is life. And life is the voyage.
Everything looked good except for their faces. Like the amount of detail in everything was amazing, but their faces looked.
Join the crew today.
Even here,
on
it looks
Kickstarter.
kind of nuts how weird their faces look. They have like a weird, like filter on them or something too. Like.
Check out the funding drive for Ahoy at ahoy.gg/Kickstarter. And you can also wishlist the game on Steam or the Epic Games Store.
The Spotlight montage is up next, so say goodbye to our corporeal bodies.
Yeah,
Hello
it didn't
to our
look interesting to me.
disembodied voices.
What Matt means to say with that Gothic vocabulary is that we'll be back on stage once we've talked you through some super cool games.
That's what I meant.
Here we go. We're gonna see some indie games now.
Flickshot Rogues is a turn-based strategy roguelike where you trade tactical trick shots for devastating damage. Across a constantly shifting cartoon peninsula, players will trigger explosive
This was
combos
also
and
at
commit
a
to
bunch of the
game-changing
showcases.
upgrades.
It's kind of a
It's coming
bummer
to
to
PC later
like,
this year. But you can try it for yourself ahead
see
of
so
time
many
by
of the
checking
same
out
games.
the free demo on Steam.
Now let's take a look at Under Par Golf Architect, an all-in-one simulator where you mold terrain to create world-class courses and then try them out firsthand. As well as placing the green and obstacles between, you'll manage staff, budgets, and customers on your way to crafting a golfer's paradise. It's coming soon to PC and consoles, but you can wishlist it now on Steam or the Epic Games Store.
Ascend to Zero is up next. It's a hack-and-slash roguelike where you play as the last surviving human of a devastated world. To help with that unfortunate predicament, you can freeze time to anticipate attacks and topple voxel monsters. Ascend to Zero is coming soon to PC, but in the meantime, you can check out the free demo on Steam and drop it onto your wish lists.
Or how about Animal Kind? This is a cozy cooperative town building game where you play as a crew of adorable critters in mech suits. Players will use their industrial-grade opposable thumbs to scavenge the landscape for materials and establish a community of cute creatures. Animal Kind is coming soon to PC. But if you head to the Steam page, you can sign up for the alpha playtest, which is arriving in July.
What's a playtest coming out?
Next up is Don't Wake the Beast, but the developers have sent over an intricate overview, so I'll sit this one out.
Hi, my name is Timek. I'm the game designer and producer behind Don't Wake the Beast. Don't Wake the Beast is a stealth roguelike in which your goal is to steal as many treasures as possible and run away from the beast. The tricky part is that each treasure has its weight, and the more you pick up, the more noise you generate. But when you fail, there's always another run. My game will feature 4 biomes, all with unique mechanics and beasts. It's scheduled to release in 2026.
We're rounding things out with Worship, a cultist simulator where you try your best to bring about the end of the world. Inspired by Pikmin, this cute and creepy multiplayer roguelite tasks you with performing blood rites and recruiting followers to please the old ones. It's coming soon to PC, and you can wishlist it on Steam.
Is the show an hour long?
That was our Spotlight montage. We hope you enjoyed the Summer Showcase selection. Laura?
Oh, it's time for an update on Scum, the survival shooter with poop mechanics.
What?
Not as in like they're bad, no. Just like you have to manage your bowel movements to survive.
Oh, I might actually learn something. I love video games.
Peggy 18.
I'd rather buy way more. Yeah, I don't know. I see what they're going with for the review things and whatever, but no, I'm not. That looked like that didn't look great.
If those inspired reviews have grabbed your attention, then we're here to help.
Yep, you can head to the link on screen right now for a chance
These
to win
game
one
shows
of
become
100 keys for
very
Scum
cringy, man.
1.0.
And if you're not one of the lucky winners, then you'll just have to jump in with the rest of us when it launches on June 17th.
Now, our next game is a squad-based survival shooter where you dodge deadly dinosaurs. Here's the latest trailer for Deathground.
Some of these just feel like AI-generated games.
Deadly dinos are on the loose in Deathground. Whether you dare to enter solo or in a squad of up to 4 players, you must do everything you can to survive in these dinosaur-infested, abandoned facilities.
Could you survive? Hi, we're Jaw Drop Games, the indie dev team behind Deathground.
The main threat you'll need to avoid is the raptors, specifically Utah raptors. So unlike velociraptors, which are much smaller, they measure around 7 feet tall. I'm about 5'3", so that's a pretty menacing height comparison for me.
We've spent most of our development time taming them, and it's been a huge challenge because...
How do you get something that size with that tail to behave all in multiplayer?
Exactly. Of course, there'll be other dinosaurs for you to deal with. The #1 culprit for causing
Worked
chaos
with startups for a pretty long time. When people talk like this and they're this like media
What
trained,
might look like a decent hiding space for you as players might
It's not a good
actually
look.
be a refuge for these little creatures, putting the terror in territory.
As for other species, you may spot the Allosaurus, Brachiosaurus, and Triceratops roaming around in the background.
And the next thing you know, you're being chased by a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
There are multiple maps and missions that will be playable at launch. Mission Command, the single-player tutorial and introduction level.
Geothermal, where you'll need to repair everything so you can restart the power plant.
Agricultural, which has become a little bit overgrown and it is in need of some weeding.
And Biomedical, which is my personal favourite, where you'll have to sneak in and steal raptor eggs. You know, for science.
Each mission is replayable and is an important piece of the puzzle. Each detail or collectible that you come across will help you unlock the lore and discover the truth about the disastrous events of the past.
Deathground is launching on Steam Early Access this year. Keep a lookout for our roadmap.
Deathground is launching into Steam Early Access later this year. Keep an eye out for roar news on that front.
I am refusing to acknowledge that pun, so let's move on with our second Ones to Watch Deep Dive, shall we? Here's Rogue Factor to tell us more about the studio's new weird action-adventure game, Hell Is Us.
there was a game. Yeah, look at these. I had to stunt on them, Miko.
Madness, hatred, and lots of it.
Hi everyone, my name is Jonathan Jacques.
Your girl had to let the locks
I am
down.
the executive
Rapunzel.
director and the executive art director on Hell Is Us here at Rogue Factor. So the game that we've been developing for
There was a game during the Latin American Game Showcase
So the game is definitely like
called
an action-adventure game.
The Guardian
It is set
of
in the world of
Nature.
India. It's a
And
rogue state
episode 1 or something came out, and I was gonna play it after the stream, but when I went to their Steam page, it was like you had to pay for it, even though it said it was free. But I just checked my email and I got the key for it,
This
so
thing that games
I'll
do
probably,
in
I'll probably be playing that
contemporary
tomorrow.
where, the adventuring is just.
I think if I can, I'm gonna talk on whatever stream or show myself.
They're only there by
But if
feeling.
I'm,
We had just been following marker
if my
after
son's
marker,
home
and
and
until
he's out
the last
up and
marker
about,
is
I think
over,
I'll just
your
stream
actual
without
thing you needed to find. Almost all the
without audio, I
variables
guess, or video,
connected to the exploration and connected to your discovery are given to you in a silver platter. So we look at it kind of like the inverse in our game because we got rid of all these things.
I remember chatting with John about the old Zelda games, how it was straightforward and like you had just enough to know where to go, but not too much.
It's basically how life works if you think about it, right? We basically orient ourselves by sight and hearing.
The
and what
Zelda
people tell
games
us,
weren't actually linear. A lot of them were kind of open world, and you could kind of do things out of order. So I don't know what he's talking about. The old Zelda games.
Follow the wind chimes.
But I saw Andy from
You talk to
Kind of Funny
NPCs
Games
and they literally going to tell you
was
a
playing
clue,
it,
right? So Rebecca
and this game looks
when she kinda
really
answers
really
you
good.
were the Owen convoy.
The gameplay looked really good. I saw him do like a 2-hour playthrough.
I don't know where
And even Greg Miller from
exactly,
Kind of
but I know
Funny
they
is
took the
saying
road
that it's
goes
his most
behind a weird
anticipated game of the
monument.
year
She
is
says
this
you
game.
can see them from here. And as you're talking to her, behind her, quite far, you see some peculiar monument-looking thing. You're like, is that what she's talking about? Like, is that if I go and then you go there and you see the road that turns and it's maybe the convoy did come here. I think that's kind of very unique and it works really really well. Like any game, especially a game of almost 40 hours, sometimes it works better than others. You know, no game is absolutely perfect, but it's very much it's the joy of exploration, the joy of discovery.
Also, I had this Korean fried chicken, kimchi, and
of course we can't
like
talk
sweet
about Hell Is Us
soy
without talking
sauce
about our monsters and the enemies, the limbic
and
entities,
some
are
shrimp
physical
tempura and
manifestations
dumplings
of human emotion,
for dinner.
human negative emotions. What does an emotion
I
look
have
like?
the itis right now, guys.
Who knows? So we had.
I'm trying to
many
hold on for
iterations.
dear
We ended
life.
up with these kind of like fractally, geometrically thingies, you know. So we have grief, ecstasy, terror, and rage. So the Hollow Walker represents a bit. So it's just a.
But also
husk
dinner
called
was
the Hollow Walker. It's a
amazing.
bit like a facsimile of a human being who's.
There's a new place that I tried. I lucked out.
And then they look like that because we tried a lot of things and they ended up looking like this, you know.
They all look like Spot from like Marvel.
So you'll be able to play Hell Is Us on September 4th, 2025 on Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and obviously PC.
But that one looked pretty good.
Wishlist it now because Hell Is Us is coming to PC and consoles on September 4th.
All right, I think we're due another world
That one was
premiere,
called
don't
Hell
you?
Is Us.
This one's an action-adventure set in a drop-dead gorgeous cartoon world.
And it stars some very familiar faces.
Wait, is it us?
Maybe. Let's throw to someone who knows while I take this totally real phone call. Hello? Hi.
World premiere, okay.
Hey Laura, hey Matt. I'm super excited to be back on the Future Game Show where I belong, and you are doing a fantastic job. Like I said to the producers when I was hosting, if you strike me down, this is live, isn't it? So yeah, New Tales reached out and I am officially in their game. Actually, seeing you just reminded me, they're looking for a killer writer who can also perform. Let me call Jasmine. Look, it's fine. You're doing great for time. Hey, Jazz.
Hi, Sam.
I've got a really cool gig. Want to join me in a game? If we're both in, I'm pretty sure.
This is all so cringy, man. This is all so
Sure, I'll be in a
cringy.
game with you, but only if you're coming to the D&D group next week because our party could really use a barbarian.
All right. I guess we're all doing this. That was easy. So let's check out exactly what we're getting ourselves into.
There are times where I'm blanking out and I'm just remembering the woman who's hosting the Latin American game show. What is this? Okay, this I'm into. So thanks for coming to the stream, guys. I appreciate it. If you guys can see the previous chat, Veale there does has a YouTube channel where he streams, also on Twitch. So subscribe to his channel. He plays a lot of puzzle games. He plays a lot of games, fantastic games, and streams a lot of really great.
That's right.
Streamers,
We're joining
check 'em out.
Samantha Bayard, yes, Karlak herself, and the awesome Jasmine Bular in
All right,
Fading,
Fading
Echo,
Echo
coming to
seemed pretty good.
PCs and consoles next year.
And you can wishlist it today on Steam or the Epic Games Store. Go, 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 go!
We got another block of back-to-back trailers up next. Let's dig in.
Echo 2026.
We have been blessed to live in times of peace.
Is this one of those like 2D
But our city is not
HD
without
things?
its
A modern
enemies.
JRPG inspired epic. Okay.
The demons above and the beasts below.
All right, up, up. Let's do this.
We went from like
You're
Octopath
going to
Traveler
be
being a thing to
Through Shale, all things are possible.
every Pixel JRPG just looking like that. I mean, they all have their own unique styles, but this looks pretty good.
Of the bishops. Listen up.
We recruit from the finest
Yeah,
soldiers in
absolutely,
the
man.
church, and still,
I hate
one
that
out
there's
of
that
every
like
3
20-second
bishops
delay.
doesn't make it past the first year.
Does it get
Or 30-second
easier
delay.
after that?
We gave you those robes for a reason. Damn, I love the church.
That's me playing the keyboard to the song. I have a lot of demos to play for Steam Next Fest. It's like I already had too many, and now I've seen so many come up. I think any game review that I had coming up is going to be delayed. It's just going to be all Steam Next Fest stuff. Is this that like linked game or whatever it was? If this is that game, it looks like it. But this is like a totally different trailer. Also, who are these animation teams? They're doing such a good job of showing off some of these games. Yeah, for sure. It has that like Chai from Hi-Fi Rush. Just realized Like he's shaking the whole time on it. Yeah, Linked. Like, this trailer is so different from the trailer that they showed last night at the Summer Game Show. Looks like a totally different game. Joe and Mac Retro Collection? I didn't like these when I was a kid. Yeah, I didn't like these games when I was a kid. I don't think I'm gonna like them now. Oh shit, you still have the original box. Did you like it though? I didn't like those growing up. One of my cousins had the game.
You can wishlist all of those games by heading to
the Future Game Show Steam page.
The Future Game Show's Steam page.
With that out of the way, it's time for a spine-tingling closer look at the next game from the minds behind Until Dawn.
Directive 8020 is about a deep space mission to save humanity and the shape-shifting alien who gets in the way.
Is this show?
Let's throw it over to
Is
Supermassive
this showcase
Games
2
to find
hours?
out more.
We are going to do this. Just lower the gun.
Not until you move from the scanner. Those things can change shape.
Don't you ever point that thing at me again.
Scan complete. Subject unidentifiable.
We need urgent assistance. Please. Help us.
But what if that went differently? Hey, I'm Will Doyle, Creative Director on Directive 8020, and I'm here to share with you a new feature that we've added for the first time in a Dark Pictures game. Turning Points is a new narrative system which allows you to go back and change the outcome of your
I've been
choices.
sitting too long today.
As with all our games, Directive 8020 has a branching story with multiple endings. You'll be able to track the choices and paths that you've taken in the game and see alternate paths that link to each of the major decisions that you've made. With Turning Points, you can rewind to a pivotal point or decision, collect missing collectibles, or see how different choices would have played out. By the same token, your actions matter in our games. If you want to live by your decisions, there's also a survivor mode setting that prevents you from rewinding, but still lets you view the decision tree. Turning Points will be available both digitally and physically for all copies of the game from when you start your very first mission.
Directive 8020 introduces the ability to rewind and change your choices to see the consequences in each branching path.
It's coming to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox in 2025, and if it's not on your wish list already, go fix that.
Our next game is just as scary, but for entirely different reasons. Cairn is a death-defying climbing simulator with a meticulous control scheme. Here's the game bakers to tell you more.
Cairn is what we call a survival climber. Your goal is to climb a mountain and reach a summit no one has ever conquered. You can climb almost anywhere, and the climbing mechanics are highly realistic.
This game is great too.
You need
I've
to
also
carefully
been seeing the
manage
trailer
your
for this
balance
for like
and
the last
stamina.
year.
Make a mistake, and you'll fall.
I think
and
when
get
you
hurt.
are in this
For the first
industry,
time,
you see
we are also
some of the
showing
same
what it's
games.
like to climb at high altitudes.
Like it seems like a million times.
When you get up there, you'll face ice walls that require you to use ice axes and spikes. But don't think you can just jam your tools into the ice. Ice climbing is precise. You'll need to aim for cracks and edges to get a solid grip. Cairn's realistic climbing system also
Just wanna play the
supports
game
mixed
already.
climbing. That means you can have one hand on the rock and the other using an ice tool. it's up to you to read the rock face and choose the most strategic route to the top. Cairn is coming up on PlayStation 5 and Steam later this year. You can already give it a try in the demo available on PC and PS5.
I like the Game Breakers logo. Looks really nice.
Cairn is coming to PlayStation and PC later this year, and you can also check out a free demo on both platforms after the show. What's next, Matt?
We're mixing things up with a double bill of trailers. Here are 2 great games from our friends at Quali.
I think these things should be capped at like an hour. Like, once you go past an hour of the showcase, people are not remembering these games. Unless you're taking notes like I am. You know what I love to do when I'm fucking fighting monsters and zombies and things? I want to be in my underwear. I don't even think she's in her underwear. I think she's wearing pants, but it still looks fucking ridiculous. I'm pretty sure this was in a trailer earlier today. No, it definitely wasn't the cozy one. This low poly look, like high quality low poly. I don't even know how to explain it actually, but I love the way this shit looks. Like mouthwashing or what was the other game? Sorry We're Closed was another good one that I reviewed from last year. This looks pretty rad, actually.
Hark the Ghoul and Ground Zero are both coming soon to PC. What's up next, Laura?
We're taking a look at a game called Hela. It's a cooperative folklore adventure where you and your friends band together.
I saw a trailer for this last year, I think. But I don't think they had gameplay footage yet. Or it was like test footage or something. That's not. I don't think that's how the mouse looked when I first saw this. This looks fucking great, guys. And co-op, like you could play this with friends. Coming to Nintendo Switch 3. Oh, that sucks. I wonder why that's...
Hela is coming soon to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, so give it a wish list on Steam or the
Damn
Epic
it, I
Games
wonder
Store.
why that was
Moving
happening.
swiftly on, it's time for a look at Ludo. This is a psychological thriller where the protagonist is trapped inside their own home, and we're about to find out when you can play it.
Peggy 18.
Oh, okay.
How can you distinguish between what is real and what isn't?
Thanks, man.
Do you trust what you see? What you hear? What happens when everything starts to feel wrong? to seem fake. Like a trick.
You're such a dad now, Bill. That was such a dad joke. I like that, like, tightening of the... Okay. I feel like this game looked a lot different the last time I saw it. Okay, now there's a release date. 7/20.
Don't let him get you again.
Ooh, excuse me. Nice, a physical edition.
Ludo
special.
is coming to PC, PS5, and Xbox. In the meantime, you can wishlist it on Steam or the Epic Game Store.
It's world premiere time again, and this next reveal arrives with an introduction from a very special someone.
Hello, everyone.
Oh.
I'm excited to be a part of Future Game Show 2025.
Yoshida. What?
There are so many amazing games coming out, and I'm very happy that I have a bit more time to play them these days. As many of you know, I have been a huge fan of the work of N-Dreams. Synapse is my favorite VR game of all time, and I'm honored to present this new groundbreaking title from the team. If you are at Summer Game Fest, I shall see you on the show floor at the N-Dreams booth. So, it is my pleasure to introduce you
I love
to
this, man.
Reach.
He was working for PlayStation to help get indies on the platform for many years. Is this like a is this VR? Damn, that's fucked up. If that's a vulnerability on a huge, beautiful looking robot, that would suck. It's definitely VR. Because even when they did like the bow thing, it had like the buttons on the bow. I don't think that would be like that if it wasn't VR. But definitely a really good looking VR game. Fly, you fools. Exclusive to VR. But it's coming to every
Reach is an
platform, so
ambitious
that's
virtual
great.
reality action adventure coming to PSVR, Steam, and MetaQuest in 2025.
Okay, Matt. It's time to check in with everybody's favorite depressed and recently divorced Duck.
Oh, yes. It could only be
Mel, didn't
the
you-
Duck Detective.
He
Weren't
may
you
have
playing this?
cracked the mystery of the secret salami, but when you're that good at your job, there's always a new case to solve.
I wonder if I can just refresh this.
I'm used to the cold embrace of loneliness, and this vacation will be the end of me.
Hi, I'm Annika.
And I'm Johnny. We're Happy Broccoli Games based in Berlin, Germany.
Our newest game is Duck Detective, the Ghost of Glamping, where you are the one and only Duck Detective.
I can give
Impress
myself hearts.
a recently divorced duck who must quack the case.
Inspect evidence, make
I think Mel
deductions, and solve
played this
no-murder
recently.
mystery.
Maybe I'm making that up.
To the annoyance of the Duck Detective, he is joined by a new partner in solving crime.
Evan, welcome
Freddy
back.
the Crocodile. Work together
I appreciate
to
you. Thanks for
unravel
stopping by. I
truth and
appreciate
nibble
it.
on the crumbs of justice. Right now, we're working on a simplified Chinese language update.
Yeah, didn't you
It's
play
coming
this,
out
or maybe
later
I'm
this
making
year.
that up?
We're very excited for you to play. The game is out on Steam, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, and Series X.
thought you were. Maybe I'm mixing this up with something
Thanks
else.
for watching, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
Are those bread slices?
Duck Detective.
The ghost of glamping!
Duck Detective, the Ghost of Glamping, has already waddled its way onto PC and consoles, so go check it out if you haven't already.
Okay, we've had plenty of exciting premises so far, but how about a rhythm roguelike from the maestros behind Patapon? Get on your dancing shoes, folks.
They have to be
Ratatan is up next.
Yeah, you played on Friday. Okay, yeah. I could have sworn either I saw a clip of it or I was watching the video. I had something on of yours, like, yeah, I don't, yesterday maybe it was. Maybe when you were playing it live, I was watching. I might not have jumped in the chat. Fun fact, Kendrick Lamar cites this as one of his favorite, like, video games, and it helped inspire his music career. If that makes any sense, this game series has inspired Kendrick Lamar. I don't know how that relates to the music he makes today or what he works on today, but I'm all for it. The like little kid choirs in the background sound so crazy. So this is a 2-hour showcase. This is just like Summer Games Fest. They're not actually. Service. Okay, I may have lost you guys for a second. Hold on.
Ratatan is coming to Steam Early Access on July 25th, but there's a free demo available on Steam if you want to give it a try.
And we're following that bombshell with a new trailer for Agatha Christie, Death on the Nile, an interactive 70s twist on the beloved detective mystery.
It's Poirot, don't you know?
Oh.
Alright, give me just a sec. I'll be right back, guys.
It can't be.
The show's gonna be live. I'm just stepping away for a second. Bathroom break.
Monsieur Poirot, I guess you know why I asked you to come.
What do you suggest I do? And can you confirm that all the passengers are present for the meal?
Yes, we keep the list. Everyone is here.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry to disrupt what promised to be a beautiful day, but I have some terrible news. But we must stay calm if we want to find the culprit. I have a small idea of the situation.
I'm May Leach. My, you got here quickly. I've just finished my latest case. Okay, let's see what I can find.
But someone is lying to me. It is a big case, Miss Royce. A dangerous one. What do we have here?
Thank you, Mr. Poirot. I'm now going to search each of you. Then there's still time to stop them before they strike again.
Tomorrow, the day at least is here. Every question must have its answer.
Agatha Christie, Death on the Nile is coming to PC and consoles in September of 2025, but you can wishlist it now on Steam or the Epic Games Store.
Okay, I don't want to build up this next trailer too much, but let's just say you're gonna flip.
Oh, the puns.
All right, I'm back.
Soinks, Laura! House Flipper 2 Scooby-Doo is meddling its way onto PC and consoles this Scootober.
Now
All right, thank you for joining us.
but not before we show you our final
Ahoy has a
Artist to Watch
Substack that
deep
is
dive.
really, really good.
Behind
She
the
reviews
scenes,
games.
visited
You
the
guys should check it
Hangar 13
out.
office for an exclusive insight into Mafia.
I can't remember what it's called for the life of me. I believe it's Oya. I can't remember right now. Sorry. But she has a great Substack. If you're not in the Discord, just join it. She's in
Mafia,
there.
The Old Country
Share some links.
is both a prequel to the original Mafia trilogy, and it also sets things up for what might be to come in the future, going back to 1900 Sicily, so the birth of not just the Mafia game, but also the actual Mafia itself, back to where organised crime first really came from.
In Mafia the Old Country, you play as a character called Enzo Favara, who's an upcoming gangster trying to make his way in the Sicilian Mafia.
As a child, he's worked in the sulfur mines, sold there by his parents, a really horrible upbringing for a kid, which unfortunately happened back in those days. So he doesn't know family, he doesn't really know love. He escapes, he falls in with the Teresi crime family, and then this game really, this story shows his rise through the ranks as he goes from being this impoverished young man to a made man.
For Mafia the Old Country, we moved to
Close
Unreal Engine 5, which has really enabled us to do incredible things with the characters, with the landscapes, with the cinematics. Every single aspect of the game has undergone a significant graphical upgrade.
Mafia has always been about pushing the technology of its day to do the best in cinematic storytelling and exciting narrative gameplay. It really makes what's already an emotional story even more emotional and meaningful.
We've been able to capture incredible nuances in the mocap, in the acting, in all of the character performances that's really helped us to bring our story to life. And as a little taste of what's in store, we've got a cinematic to show which shows a key moment in Enzo's story.
Peggy 18.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know Timbo.
Come forward.
I met him on Threads. Timbo Johnson. He made the game Bubble Frog, if you haven't seen it. But he had a Kickstarter for Bubble Frog. And one of the tiers was like a producer tier, something like that. So I paid for it immediately because I wanted to support it. And one of the things that came with that was an illustration, which is the one that this one that you see here. And that I used for a profile picture. I think he nailed it.
Is a way of life.
My teeth aren't that way though. But yeah, he's awesome.
You're here because of your deeds and the assertions of those who stand at your side.
This life is one of secrecy. If you make a friend, meet a woman, they must not know about our thing.
It is binding. It is not forgiving.
I don't know if this is cinematic or in-game graphics, but I was saying earlier that this is Take-Two, I think, that made Mafia.
Do you wish to commit
We're also making Grand Theft Auto.
your life?
So I'm not surprised that like the character models look as good as they do, or the clothing and design and stuff.
Yes. I do.
Then, before the eyes of all here present,
Before the eyes of all here present. These trailers are too long, man. Yeah, like it's this straight up just looks like a movie at this point.
to become a man of honor.
To become a man of honor.
Repeat these words. I swear my loyalty to this family.
I swear my loyalty to this family.
Yeah, I mean, Last of
My
Us also
flesh
looks wild.
Must burn like this saint
I wonder what engine are they using for Last of Us?
My flesh must burn like this saint if I do not keep my oath.
But it's say too, like, imagine that they're right now, since this trailer started to the end of it, they've made like, I don't know, $10 million off of Grand Theft Auto Online. So they can pay for this spot.
Salud.
Salud.
Like, yesterday at the Summer Games Fest, Hideo Kojima came out. Obviously, Jeff Keighley and him are like best buddies. And they showed a scene from Death Stranding. And this is like one of the most highly anticipated, huge games about to release.
For PC, PlayStation.
And the scene was like a minute, maybe long. Like way shorter than whatever that was. And it was so much more powerful.
You haven't seen it all over social media. This is a time-hopping brawler where you solve puzzles and crush enemies across.
Also, I am 100% sure that when Death Stranding comes out on the 24th, I will not see anybody for like a week. I'm not talking to anybody. I'm not streaming. I'm not posting. Maybe I'll just have like posts ready to go on Substack and YouTube, but I don't want to. I'm not going to be talking to anybody while I'm playing Death Stranding 2.
It's a cinematic action where you fight bad guys over free timelines. Present day.
I might stream the whole thing without talking.
Aztec civilization, all at the same time. You got it right?
Ancestor, I need you.
And it's not just
I have
a
to
show.
get a capture card for
You have to use all free characters
PC,
to explore, deal with tricky enemy types, and solve puzzles.
It also
answers questions you thought you'd never ask. Like, how the hell does this black boxer have a Viking for the great-great-great-grandpa? Or why does this train car turn into a giant rock? And the biggest question is, why did they risk a role with such a difficult project? Because we wanted to play a game where you can start with classic 1-2, then send your opponent across the arena with your hammer, switch again to pull this dude a little closer, hit him with a huge combo across all free timelines.
The hell are you?
And
this is such a fucking crazy concept. They've essentially made 3 different games.
I got a little mini-me. Look. Watch up, watch up.
We're not dropping the release date yet because we want to do it right. But we can say it's coming to both PC and consoles. Follow and wishlist Tenet of the Spark on Steam.
And go look at your family album. Maybe your grandpa was a badass like mine. You never know.
Thank you to Roar Games for the inside scoop on Tenet of the Spark. It's coming soon to PC and consoles, so pop it on your wish lists. All right, what have you got for us, Laura?
A first look at gameplay for Creasol, Feeder of Idols. This is a first-person horror shooter for fans of BioShock and Resident Evil. You fight creepy statues on a tormented island and use blood as your ammunition.
I'm gonna pre-order it right now.
I think that the show is funniest with the 2 hosts. When they're doing like improv, you can see like what's improv and what's scripted.
As the shadows of the abyss close in.
I wonder what happened with Blumhouse at like.
Banish them.
They have their hands on a lot of games lately. Yeah, that was creepy.
And if I am to fall, let my flesh turn to ash. So my soul may ascend to you. Consumed in your flames for all eternity, now and forever. Creasol.
Holy moly, that was
You're telling me. Creasol Theater of Idols is coming to PC, Xbox, and PS5 later this year, and your Steam wish lists in just a few moments, probably.
I hate to say it, Matt, but I think we've
Lost
arrived
a
at the final
subscriber
trailer.
the whole process.
Okay, well, how do you want to do this?
Okay, I'm thinking we both look into that camera right there,
Okay.
and we're both sad that the show's over. But it's okay because that last trailer's really cool, and so the folks at home will be happy, and we've done a good job, I think. So, does that work?
You know, sounds perfect to me. Please enjoy our final world premiere.
Ooh, I liked it.
Yeah, it's fun.
Welcome, sisters, daughters of Hortus, to these blessed halls of Porthbarrow. You have been chosen, honored to the parish, to serve the will of Mother. So come, step forward. Let us see what flowers she's given us. Such radiant blooms.
Yeah, they got paid pretty good probably to be a host for the show. I'm tapped out.
Now, I must confess that
I can't watch another trailer. I don't want to see another trailer ever again.
Take
I
heart,
am
faithful
burnt
ones.
out.
The garden must still be tended. And tonight, you will be
I didn't know the showcase was 2 hours long. Or an hour 40 minutes, whatever you want to say. So the final world premiere is not a real trailer to a game? What the fuck?
No, hold on. I've got something to show you.
Yeah, thank you, please, something.
Ah, I bet you didn't expect that, did you?
The world premiere was a teaser
That
for
was
the
your
trailer
first look
coming
at
in
Ritual
August.
Tides, a terrifying odyssey where you tango with
That's a bummer,
Lovecraftian
man.
terrors. Wishlist it now because it's coming soon to PC.
We'll have the full gameplay reveal during the next Future Games show in August, so mark your calendars for that. However, that does mean we've reached the very end of this year's summer showcase.
Don't go anywhere though, because FGS Live from Los Angeles airs right after this, with even more exclusive trailers, developer deep dives, and world premieres.
We'd like to thank everybody who has tuned in.
Yeah,
to the
it
Summer
seemed like
Showcase,
when they
as
said
well as
something
the
like
dream-weaving
coming to
developers.
PC and
They're
consoles, we
all
were
into
supposed to
those
be like,
amazing
what?
trailers we debuted.
Maybe it's a
And
studio.
remember, you can head to the dedicated Future
I'm not
Games
familiar
Show
with them.
Steam page to wishlist your favorite games from today's show. We'll also have follow-up content on
All right, guys, thank you
GameSrader.com
for tuning
and
in.
the FGS YouTube channel.
Um,
And I'm Laura Bailey.
And
this has been the Future Game Shows
the Future
Summer
Game
Showcase
Shows Summer Showcase
2025.
2025. Yeah, thank you guys for watching the co-stream. I appreciate you. There was some standouts here or there, but for the most part, it was okay. I wrote down a few that I think I'm going to try to check out. Hirogami having a demo I didn't know about. I've tried out the Kieran demo, but I'm going to do it again. Constance, the Herdling demo, that's going to be interesting. But thank you so much for dropping by, and I appreciate you. Hopefully we can do more of these in the future. I mean, for now, I'm going to stay away from trailers for a little bit. I'll do some writing, play some games. But thank you so much. I appreciate you all so much for today. Thank you for stopping by, saying hello, subscribing. Yeah.